Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren. I am your resident intuitive baddie, and I am here in the car with you for another message. So, I bought this light maybe like a month ago. It's just been sitting in the car. It's just moved around in the car because I didn't have any batteries. I couldn't find AAA batteries anywhere. Like, I couldn't find them when I say I couldn't find them anywhere, I mean, like, I was trying really hard not to buy them. I tried to ask so many people if they just had extra AAA batteries, but nobody did. So today I was finally somewhere where I could actually remember to buy them. So I did. And I hope the lighting looks better. So I made a short video in the elevator, and I think I'm just gonna expand on that topic. But basically, the video that I put up, or I recorded on my way here, was it was around the saying, when you know you'll know, because I 100% believe this. But the issue with it is, if you don't know, or you have a lack of anything to compare whatever it is to, you're always going to think that you know when you don't know. And you're going to think that until you do know. I think the best example for this is, or the easiest example for this is probably like with love, right? You know, think about it when you're in high school. You're like 16, your fucking frontal lobe hasn't developed yet and all that shit. And you meet your first, or you're in your first relationship, and then you fall in love. You think that's what love is. And a lot of the times it's not. It's like puppy dog love, or it has nothing to do. There's just, because you have no responsibilities in high school. So it's like, your capacity to understand what it means to really love someone is so limited, as in comparison to later down the years. You meet somebody who checks all the boxes, who meets your standards, maybe surpasses your standards, and feels the same about you. Somebody who actually reciprocates the kind of love that you want to receive. It's like, yeah, you wouldn't know until you experience that type of love. And it's like, along the way, on the journey to finding this true love, right? You're always gonna think that, especially if like every person that you date is better than the last person, you're always going to think that, oh shit, this is what love feels like. And I think I'm at a point, because I think I've gone through this like 3 times or something. Something like 3 or 4 times, where it's just like, oh shit, I think this is it. This is what it's real. And you don't know until you know. You really don't. Or sometimes you can spend years thinking that you knew, and then something comes into life and you're like, oh fuck, I didn't know. Oh shit. Shit, I bamboozled myself. And it's like, and it's all because we do desire to know. And we desire to be right about knowing. It's, again, it's like a childish thing. It's thinking back to when you were a teenager and you thought you knew everything in the world, and you were talking back to your parents like, you don't know what it's like to be me. You don't know what it's like to be a teenager. And all the while your parents are sitting there like, this little fucking shit. This little fucking shit's about to find out themselves. Oh. And I kind of see that with like my daughter now, right? Or, well, not my daughter now, because she's only 2. Or almost 2. But actually, more so my ex's cousins' kids, because they're a little older. One of them is, I think, about 6 now. Yeah, she's 6 now, because she was born like 2020. Ooh. Does that make sense? She born 2020. I don't know. She's born on Boxing Day. It really doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm sitting here trying to figure that out. Anyways, but you know, it's like sometimes she's 6, but sometimes she'll talk like you guys don't know what's going on at all. Like you guys are so out of touch with the world, and we're literally looking at each other like talk to me in 13 years, kid. Talk to me when you can drink. But yeah, it's like that for a lot of things, I think. You know, like when it comes to purpose as well. Like I'm recognizing that within myself, where there are a ton of things that I wanted to do when I was younger. One of the biggest things when I was like a child was I wanted to be a singer. I always thought I was going to be famous. And then I had a point where I wanted to go into therapy. That's why I studied psychology. And then I had the last decade or so, I was dancing as well. I didn't really have desire for a career in dance aside from with my dance crew, which is a separate issue within itself, but that was a lane I was going down. And then a couple years ago I found wedding planning, and I had actually throughout my whole dance journey I've always wanted to first have a dance studio, but then it kind of evolved itself into becoming a venue. And now I'm tying all that shit together through being a spiritual guide. Because yeah, I've decided this is what I'm meant to do. This is what I've been called to do, and I enjoy doing this, to be very honest. Like when I started to make videos, I definitely was very, very self-conscious. I didn't really feel like it was my lane. I didn't think that it was something that I'd like to do. It seemed like a lot more work than it was worth. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I couldn't see it because there was so much stigma around it, or there's so much stigma around just putting yourself out there, especially as somebody who has been notoriously quiet for a lot of my life, and you know, somebody who doesn't take photos, doesn't post much. Like I literally posting on YouTube was like, that just doesn't seem like a me thing to do. But yeah, the more and more I just follow what my intuition's telling me, what spirit's telling me, I have been genuinely surprised with the decisions I've made for my life and how my life is going. And even though by other people's standards it probably doesn't seem like much is going on, but for me a lot is just in alignment, and honestly that's all I could really ask for. I can't describe how good it feels to be in alignment after being out of alignment for so long, or for my entire life. And it's funny because I'm saying this now, but this is barely even a benchmark on the way to whatever my first milestone is with doing this, or just being in alignment. And there's just so much more that can happen in my life now that I'm aware and I'm actively choosing to be in alignment. So yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. And I think the sentiment, or what I want to leave you here with, is to not worry so much about knowing. And it's one of those things that I know I'm going to say, and I know it'll resonate with some people, but it's very unlikely that is what is going to actually deter you from caring about what you know, because we are creatures who thrive off of knowing. But I guess again, this is just to bring awareness to the fact that, yeah, there's some things that there might be a way you're living your life right now, and you're like, this is what I know I'm supposed to do, blah, 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 blah. And I guess if you're ever hit with a situation where it kind of shakes your foundation, kind of like a tower moment. I'm seeing the tower in my mind from the tarot. If anything ever hits you where it kind of makes you question what you know, you can come back to this and you can be like, oh fuck, I guess I didn't know. I know now. And then you might get hit by another thing later down the line and be like, do we ever really know? And I don't know. I think that's part of the fun of being here. You know, it's part of the fun of living this life is that, yeah, there are things that we know, or there's things that we know that are relevant for a time, but we don't always know. And there's a lot we don't know. And that fact just means that you will never run out of things to learn. You will never run out of things to figure out. So have fun with it along the way. If you feel uncertain about something, I don't know, take it as a sign that you don't know something. But again, just try not to care too much, you know? Because it's not so much about whether you know on this journey. At least that's something that I'm learning for myself, is just that, yeah, everything is about the moment. The moments you're in, and being able to soak and absorb as much of the moment while you're in the moment as you can, so that you don't look back and you're like, oh well, what the fuck did I just do with my life? I just wasted so much time. Yeah, don't let your time go to waste just trying to figure out, or just to prove you know something. Taking the time to prove you know something. This is a different conversation, which I guess I'll record in a second. I'm gonna try this batch recording thing. Anyways, I want to thank you for listening. I hope this resonated with you, and until next time, goodbye.